You are not Superwoman, I whispered to myself. And then I watch as I raise my youngest child to become Superwoman. Well done me! Good morning! Hi! Have you been lying here and telling me you're awake for a bit? This demon, she wants to be gotten up. This demon was desperate for food. This demon
can make cat noises.
This demon needs her bloody coffee. That's alright. Okay, so coffee. Alice, coffee first.
Okay.
Calm down, mummy. Calm down. Alright. We've just had a long discussion about breakfast. Alice and I have very different ideas about breakfast. Because she wakes up hungry and she wants to eat everything in sight, and I wake up vaguely nauseous and don't want to eat for several hours. This is probably not the message I should be teaching my children. I should be up and be eating and be willing to eat as soon as my feet hit the floor. I am not. It takes a while for my stomach to wake up.
So. And I always make breakfast every day so you don't have to.
Yeah, and this is the good thing.
Well, I make breakfast normally every day when I'm at my mum's house. But usually when I'm at my dad's house, Daddy makes tea. But for breakfast at Mummy's house, we usually have long breakfast that takes longer to make. I usually have to make breakfast when I'm having waffles at Daddy's.
Okay, I think there is enough milk for thin pancakes, honey.
Yay!
And that was the long discussion we had, whether we're going to make thin or thick pancakes. You want one of those of flour.
One of these of flour. Oh my god.
Are you okay there?
You just said flowers and then I started sneezing. It's like I do have a fever. No, they don't actually have flour. And also plus, that spelled differently. I might need the stool.
You okay there, Dunas?
That should be about good.
Cool.
One of these of flour.
Now you want 2 of them of milk, and you need to whisk the milk in super well.
Okay.
And then an egg.
You also need some of the vanilla.
Don't have any.
No.
Oh, Mom, can you send some vanilla socker from Sweden, please?
We could put a tiny bit of that vanilla syrup in. That'll work.
That will work. You are a genius.
I know. See, a chef knows what
she's doing.
Chef. How many eggs?
Just one.
Okay. Usually we have 2 eggs, don't we?
Yeah, because usually we make a much bigger batch.
Oh, that's right. Okay, let me go wash my hands.
Yes.
And I'll be back to it because I don't want sticky hands from this. And the chef is going to get back to her pancakes.
Hey, you. So I go through periods of my life when I feel an immense sense of overwhelm. And obviously when I had to move in here, so when I got evicted from my last place and had to find somewhere new and was struggling to find somewhere, that was an immense time period of overwhelm. And then I moved in here and I was like, okay, cool. I can take a deep breath. I can catch up. I can reset. I can step off from here and then I'm going to, get a crack on with other things in my life and not just kind of going, ah! And then Elin got sick and went into hospital. And that is, of course, yes, that's overwhelming, but that's overwhelming in a different sense. Yeah, and then, Elin, she recovered and I did actually manage to get started on some of the things that were on my list of, once life is no longer crazy.
I probably know how to turn the stove on, though.
But?
You probably know how to turn the stove on.
Yeah. And amongst the things that I do want to do when my life isn't crazy is I finally want to officially change my surname back to my maiden name. I've not done that yet. And obviously I need to sort out a dress change with everywhere. And honestly, I'm going to hold my hands up and say I've not done that yet either, because things have just been getting in the way. And more things are getting in the way. And I haven't 100% made my mind up yet about whether I'm going to share what is currently going on, because I don't actually share everything. I share most things, but I don't share everything. But there are other things going on at the moment that I find kind of overwhelming.
I think, Mummy, come here just in case anything goes wrong. There we go.
Okay. Here's a knife for the butter. Now you do need it to, it needs to be on there. You do need it to become very hot. Okay, and then you do need to turn it down to quite low, but if you turn it down all the way low, the stove will turn itself off. Okay, and we do need to have the cooker hood on, so this is going to be noisy. Oh, hang on.
I can't get it up. Why?
Because the first pancake is always a little wonky.
There's one more pancake left that I can make.
Thank you for making breakfast, my sweet.
You're welcome.
Oh, what are we going to have on them?
Cinnamon, no, not cinnamon sauce. Caramel sauce, whipped cream.
Chocolate cream or vanilla cream for you?
5.
Yeah, this ain't subtle breakfast, nor is it healthy breakfast, but it's a yummy breakfast. There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, Alice, one more thing. Half an hour we're leaving. So in half an hour you're ready to leave, yeah?
Okay.
Hi. So I know I started to say things and then the morning kind of ran away with me because everything happened at once. Why? What? Yes, life. Oh my God. I want a break. I want a few months of being just incredibly bored instead of this constant, oh my God, something else has hit the fan and needs dealing with. I can't get a break. I absolutely and 100% cannot catch a break, and I need a break, is how I'm feeling. So I'm feeling very overwhelmed, and overwhelmed is not a good place to be, because overwhelmed is where balls start dropping. And I start snapping at the kids, and I forget important things, and I mess up, and I get very upset. And when things are so overwhelming, I talked about this a lot in my mental health vlogs, that I'm dropping, you have to allow some balls to drop, because balls are dropping regardless. So choose which balls you're dropping and keep hold of the important ones, because you can't do it all. Like, some things have to give, and at the moment things are giving. So I have a long, lovely to-do list of shit that I have to do, and yes, changing my address and my surname is on that list, and that it just gets pushed down in the priority list because I haven't got the capacity. Even though I know they are important, and actually in some cases extremely important, I haven't got it in me. Not right now. You are not Superwoman, I whispered to myself, and then I watch as I raise my youngest child to become Superwoman. Well done me. The problem is, as a special needs parent, as a special needs mom, let's be gender specific here. As a special needs mom, you have to be Superwoman. As a single special needs mom, you really have to be Superwoman, okay? Life doesn't give you any options. Here, this bundle of crisis that's sitting right next to me. Yes, you. I'm talking about you. You little so-and-so. I love you. Hello. She keeps happening, and I have to deal with it. I do not have any options here. And there's obviously the other little bundle of joy of mine who is growing and testing boundaries and is becoming extremely independent in some respects, and excuse you, is still very much dependent in many other respects. And so I need to be Superwoman for her as well. And then, you have to pay the rent, and you have to pay the bills, and you have to buy the food, and you have to cook the food, and you have to I'm going slightly mad. Hi! Oh, I think breakfast was a good idea after all. Clearly a bit of blood sugar, and I'm feeling a lot better about a lot of things. Life gets overwhelming when you well, life gets overwhelming whether you have a disabled child or not. Life gets overwhelming. That's just life, right? Life is very unfair in that respect. And I'm at a point in life right now where I wish that life could just give me a break. Because I'm not getting a break. And I feel like I'm flitting from one bloody crisis to another. And this is very upsetting. And I feel like I'm constantly on a journey of self-improvement. Is that the right? It doesn't sit quite right with me. We'll see where it goes to as I'm talking through this. I am a qualified life coach. I have not used that qualification. That is one of many balls that I allowed to drop when I burnt out. And I was so severely depressed and my perimenopause symptoms had started and I didn't know it was perimenopause. But I do a lot of self-coaching because I don't want to get overwhelmed. I don't want to get in a flap and a panic. So I do a lot of self-coaching. I have just started therapy. No, not just, I've done 3 sessions. But I was offered to speak to a qualified therapist through Keach, which is a hospice here that provides not just end-of-life care, but also respite care and overnight stays. And Elin was with Keach when she was little, and then we kind of lost Keach for a bit, and now we're back with Keach. And so when I was offered the chance of some talking therapy, I jumped on it and went, yes please, because I need not just to do self-coaching, but I actually need to speak to an outside person and just get somebody who can, you know, nudge me in slightly different directions than what my brain is going. And it would be very nice if this therapy came at a time when, as I hoped it would, the latest crisis is starting to resolve itself. That's what I was hoping. You know, I got evicted under Section 21, which is the no-fault eviction. I had to move. I was struggling to find somewhere where I could keep the cat and get Elin's wheelchair in and manage. And in the end, I had to downsize quite significantly, and I've gotten rid of all of my belongings pretty much and moved in, and I'm still downsizing and I'm still unpacking, but things were starting to calm down. And then the next bloody crisis hits, and the next, and the next, and I'm like, a break, please, a break, because I can't do this anymore. I can't live in this constant state of stress and fear. My cortisol levels are gonna go through the roof if they haven't already. My adrenaline is going through the roof. It puts stresses on me I cannot afford to have, because I need to be strong and here for little madam here and little madam that you can't see who's sitting over there. I need a break. So dear universe, here is my plea to you. Can I have 6 months of boring? 6 months of nothing to worry about. 6 months of life is just plodding on. Pretty please? That'd be grand. I would love to be bored. I would rather be bored than panicky. Have you had enough breakfast now? Should we stop here? Crap. We need to crack on. Alice, you need to go get ready now. Bathroom, skin, school uniform. Happens now. You ran out of time.
Okay.
Okay?